Summer began with a lurch of deceleration. We pulled up to the terminal, and when it was finally my turn to deboard, the gap between the plane and the walkway coughed musty, hot air that smelled like fuel and roadkill. Florida felt like an armpit. I trudged up the incline, avoiding eye contact with the passengers who'd been too close for comfort for the past 3 hours. Half my body was asleep, and I mistook the pins and needles for the buzzing of my phone. I reached for my back pocket and came up empty. Nothing to see here, just me touching my own butt. My phone was normally an extension of my whole being, an instant connection to my best friend, a way to document my life and make beautiful things. Without it, I was naked and pissed. My empty hand ached like the ghost of a bruise. A little kid skipped ahead of me, the arms of their fuzzy Paw Patrol backpack bouncing maniacally. I didn't have that kind of energy anymore. At least, not today. Not when I was walking away from my perfectly acceptable life in Cincinnati towards someone I hadn't seen in 5 years. I kept my head down and nearly barged into a man standing in my way. When I looked up, my face heated, and my heart started jumping around. He wasn't supposed to be right here. I wasn't ready. But there he was, arms open and furry beard split by a big grin. His eyes were like mine, so dark they were nearly black. His sparkled with excitement, while mine were probably radiating dread. Dad. I took a small, shuffling step toward him. He pulled me into a hug. Brynn! You're all grown up! It was a nice gesture. But the truth was, I hadn't grown an inch since he'd last seen me in 5th grade. Unless you counted my enormous boobs. I ducked out of his arms and adjusted my backpack. You didn't have to come all the way to the gate to get me. I know how to find baggage claim. There are signs everywhere. We stood right in the path of people deplaning. Since I couldn't moonwalk back onto the plane and make my escape, I lingered stubbornly, taking a good look at the next 3 months of my life. People muttered and bumped into me, but I held my ground, curling my toes in my shoes. I'd expected him to have a shirt with a big jumping fish on it, or rubber boots, or overalls. Especially since even his name was rugged. Hunter. But he looked like a normal guy. Beardy, suntanned cheeks. A little bit of gray peppered his curly black hair. He wore rumpled jeans and a Star Wars shirt. Was that something he genuinely liked? Or was he trying to awkwardly connect with me by co-opting geekiness? Despite the grays, his 37 looked a lot younger than my mom's 42. On her Instagram, Mom blamed her wrinkles on single parenting, bitterness buzzing between the lines. #blessed. I couldn't really blame her for being pissed when Dad had spent the last 5 years living on a houseboat in a vacation town. Meanwhile, Mom put up with a daily commute and a daughter with a growing list of diagnoses. My banishment from the state of Ohio for the summer was supposed to be about my mental health, but I couldn't help wondering if it had more to do with Mom needing a break. From me. A sick emptiness spread behind my ribs.